Hi there. It's February 18th and time for Proverbs 18. Now, this is the last chapter where it's contrasting the upright and the wicked, good and the bad, fools and the wise people. Of course, that will do that through the whole thing. And this first verse is very interesting. Okay. He who separates himself seeks his own desire. He quarrels against all sound judgment, or breaks out. Okay. Most of the other versions agree with this one. It says a recluse is self-indulgent and it's not wise. But the 1599 Geneva Bible, which was translated even before the King James, and outlawed after King James wanted his Bible to be the Bible that everybody read, it says, "For the desire thereof he will separate himself to seek it and occupy himself in all wisdom." Okay? And they have footnotes there, which is wonderful. That he that loveth wisdom will separate himself from all impediments and give himself wholly to seek it. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad thing, okay? That sounds like it's a good thing. Every once in a while, you need to separate yourself. And even Jesus said, go into your prayer closet, silent, where nobody can hear you, and that's where you should pray to God, not out in the open for everybody to hear you. So, but every other, most other versions look at it as a very derogatory thing, okay, something bad. And we can even look, I have, this is my parallel Bible. I have King James, New King James, New International, and the New Living Translation, okay? And the New King James says, the man who isolates himself seeks his own desire. He rages against all wise judgment. New International says, an unfriendly man pursues selfish ends, defies all sound judgment. New Living Translation says, a recluse is self-indulgent, snarling at every sound principle of conduct. Weird, huh? But it's essentially, you decide, okay? You could say, you don't want to be a recluse and not seek any fellowship ever, But personally, I think every once in a while, it's not bad to separate yourself like it has to seek, right? Give him help wholly to seek wisdom and spend time with God, right? So, like I said, you decide. This is an interesting verse. And see, you wouldn't know this if you didn't study different versions, okay? I study many different versions to get a rounded idea. Okay, verse 2. A fool does not delight in understanding, but only in revealing his own mind. Right, they all want to tell you what they think, huh? 3. When a wicked man comes, contempt also comes, and with dishonor comes scorn. Right. Contempt and with the vile man reproacheth. Right. One wicked person can poison a whole group, huh? 4. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. Okay. Now this is interesting. And over here it has a very good footnote on this deep waters, right? Deep waters which can never be drawn empty, but bring ever profit, right? You never run out of words, do you? Right? And they can bring profit if you say only kind things, right? The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook, right? Also, something that never runs out. Interesting. 5. To show partiality to the wicked is not good, nor to thrust aside the righteous in judgment. Mm-hmm. He talks a lot about this, okay? Crooked judges show partiality to the wicked. Happens a lot, doesn't it? 6. The fool A fool's lips bring strife, and his mouth calls for blows. Right? Fool's lips come with strife. His mouth calls for blows. You want to punch a fool? Most people do. This goes with it. A fool's mouth is his ruin, and his lips are the snare of his soul. We're going to highlight both of those, but we don't. Okay, 8. Very important right here. The words of a whisperer or a gossip are like dainty morsels, and they go down into the innermost parts of the body. Right? Chambers of the belly. Gossip is like poison. It's like a drug. Okay? It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Gossip. Telling other people's business to make you feel better about your own business. Look what so-and-so did. Look what so-and-so did. It goes on in the media. It goes on in TV. It goes on in church. Okay? God hates gossip. You need to get away from that drug. The first thing you could do is turn off your television. Okay? It's nothing but a gossip machine. Okay? 9, he who is slack in his work is a brother to him who destroys. Right? You're not going to do the job. You're just as bad as somebody breaking things. Right? The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs to it and is safe. The righteous, right? That's just a good statement. You put that on your wall, right? Set on high. I like that. 11, a rich man's wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall is his own imagination. Right? People think their money is going to save them, right? And put themselves behind walls and fences and guards and big houses, and right? They imagine it's safe, but it's not. Okay, if you didn't have all that money, people wouldn't be after you. Okay. Well, before destruction, the heart of a man is haughty, but humility goes before honor. Okay. Haughty. That means prideful, arrogant, conceited. Okay. Before destruction, you are prideful, arrogant, conceited. You're torn down. Humility goes before humbleness. If you are humble, other people will honor you. Okay. And that's honor. And you remain humble. That's very important. He who gives an answer before he hears, it is a folly and shame to him. Right? This goes along back in chapter 15 of the arguing. Okay. James 1 says, be quick to listen, slow to speak. Okay. You should not be formulating an answer while the person is still talking. Okay. You should listen to everything they say. And then after you have all the information, and then you formulate an answer with wisdom and grace, right? It's foolishness and shame if you don't. But people do. They cut you off. Right? 14, the spirit of a man can endure his sickness, but as for a broken heart, who can bear it? Right. You ever had a broken heart? Nothing makes it feel better, okay? I've been there. Okay. A lot of us have been there. 15, the mind of the prudent acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Right? Heart, mind. Are you prudent? Are we acquiring knowledge? That's what we're doing here, acquiring knowledge. 16, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Right? You notice how somebody who brings a gift always gets moved to the front because people like receiving gifts, okay? 17. First to plead his case seems right until another comes and examines him. Right? Now, in the court system in America, the accuser always goes first. Okay? And the defendant always gets the last word. Okay? The accuser will go, this man did such and such on this date in this city, and we will prove it, and we will bring him down. And then the defendant gets up and speaks and says, well, my defendant was on the other side of the country when this happened. I have proof. We have receipts. We have video. He wasn't even there. And suddenly, right, the person who they thought was right is now wrong. Always listen to both sides. Okay? Both sides. That's the trouble with gossip. You only get one side of it, and you don't know what's really going on. And then it gets spread around. Right? 18, the cast lot puts an end to strife and decides between the mighty ones. They used to cast lots. Now they flip a coin, a little tiny coin. Big early football teams decide who gets to go first by a little coin. Puts an end to strife. Right? 19, a brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and contentions are like the bars of a citadel. Right? You offend your brother. Bars of a palace. What's this? Which for the strength thereof will not bow nor yield. Right? If you offend your brother, your best friend, right, harder to be won back than a strong city with bars. Right? Think about that. 20. With the fruit of a man's mouth, his stomach will be satisfied. He will be satisfied with the product of his lips. All right? Speech. The speech. The things you say will come back to you and fill you up, whether they be evil or they be good. Right? You will be filled with the product of your lips. Say only kind things. Right? Hey, 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Goes right along with that one. Words are the most powerful things. Yeah? And it'll come back to you. Yeah? Okay. 22. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Yeah. You notice it says wife. He who finds a wife. It doesn't say he who finds a girlfriend, he who finds a lover, right? He who finds a companion, he who finds a wife. Okay? And we know wives are not people that judge you by the car you drive, the money you make, the clothes you wear, right? A wife loves you no matter what, okay? She loves the heart of the person, and you become one. Okay? You're looking for a wife, not a girlfriend or a lover, okay? Girlfriends, lovers, companions, they judge you by outward stuff. A wife does not do that, okay? And if you want to find a good husband, be a wife, not a girlfriend. Think about that. 23, the poor man utters supplications, but the rich answers roughly. Or speaketh with prayers, but the rich answer roughly. Prayer, supplication is prayer. Okay? The rich don't care. They look down on people. Okay, 24, a man of too many friends comes to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. A lover. Right. Right. There are people that have too many friends, too many people hanging around. Right? It's better to have one close friend than 20 acquaintances. Okay? So, there you go. That's Proverbs 18. We'll go over our highlights here. We won't go over number 1 again. It's just interesting and different. You decide which one is right. Okay? I don't think it's wrong to separate yourself for a time, because I've done it. Everybody does it, to study and to be with the Lord. Okay? Okay, 4 is highlighted. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. Right? You never run out of words. Okay? Make sure they're kind words. Okay? 8 is highlighted. The words of a gossip are like dainty morsels that go down into the innermost parts of the body. Gossip is like a drug, okay? That's why reality TV is so popular. People have become addicted to the gossip and the drama, right? It makes their own lives seem more normal. Mm-hmm. Then it's just a good saying, okay? The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runs into it and is safe. Okay? You can run into the name of the Lord and be safe. I like that. 12 is highlighted. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, prideful, arrogant, conceited. Because pride goes before a fall. It says that yesterday, right? But humility goes before honor, right? Somebody who's truly honored will be humble, right? Like heroes are made humble. He's saying, I was just doing what I had to do, what any person would have done, the right thing, and they get honored. Okay? 13, he who gives an answer before he hears, it is folly and shame to him, foolishness. If you cut somebody off when they're saying something, and that's wrong. To listen, slow to speak. Listen first, right? Let them finish and then formulate. Don't be formulating the answer in your head while they're talking. Okay? It is foolishness. Okay? 17's highlighted. The first to plead his case seems right until another comes and examines him. Right? Until he gets cross-examined. Yeah, we remember that too. Okay, 20 and 21. With the fruit of a man's mouth, his stomach will be satisfied. He will be satisfied with the product of his lips. Satisfied is really not, filled. You'll be filled. What you say will come back to you every time. Okay? Death and life are in the power of the tongue. And those who love it will eat its fruit, right? You can choose to be life, kindness, uplifting, edifying things. Either way, you will be filled with what you speak. Okay? And we talked about this. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. A wife. Okay? We know wives back up their husbands. Husbands back up their wives. Okay? They're not after you because of what you drive or how much money you have or what you look like. Okay? That stuff fades. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 18. Later today, we are starting the book of Mark today. Okay, we finished Matthew yesterday and are through the New Testament in a year. Today we'll be starting the book of Mark, starting all over again. So join us if you can. If you want to keep up, just read the book of Matthew and then join us. And give us a like if you think about it. But until later, we'll keep going. See ya.